today I am doing a look that I have been seeing on YouTube, on TikTok, and I really want to recreate it myself in my own way, and that is how to look like a filter in real life. So I actually have my own filter, you guys. Someone made a filter, a Leah Halton filter. It's such a slay filter. It looks really good. It's kind of funny because even though there's a Leah Halton filter, I always try to avoid using a filter. I feel like I always want my makeup to look to a certain extent. I'm not saying that I never have, I'm just saying I always try to do my makeup so it gives that filter blurring, snatching effect. The filter that I do use every single time I film a TikTok is inverted, but that doesn't like give you like a, you know? So today I'm going to tell you guys how to get your makeup, and this is inspired by a lot of other beautiful creators that I've seen their videos, so check them out in the description. But yeah, you guys, I'm so excited to look and feel gorgeous. I'm gonna whip out my phone and it's gonna be great. So first step is obviously primer. Now this is very important. We want a more mattifying look because we want the skin to literally be like seamless, flawless, not one freaking pore in sight. So these are the two primers that I'm using. This literally says poreless, and I like to use a primer with a little bit of bronzing in it because it gives like a nice underpainting feel, and it kind of matches my body to my face because for some reason my face is always more pale than my body. Gorgeous. And I'm using quite a decent amount of primer, and also don't forget to blend everything down to your neck. Okay, so now that the primer's on, I'm gonna let that set, but next step is brows, and I'm gonna do them a little bit different today because I want to look like a filter. Like, I don't want any imperfections on camera in real life. So I'm taking like a sticky brow gel. I'm really gonna essentially like laminate these down flat to my face because I don't want one hair out of place. So the trick is I like run the product through the brow and then I just pat it down, and it looks insane. Ooh, it really does look insane, but it's okay. So then I get a little spoolie and I brush the brows to perfection. Okay, so as you can see, the brow, it's flat. It looks sort of crazy, but that's okay. We're gonna move on to the other side. Now, this is not usually the way that I do my brows, but today is not about natural. Today is about perfection. So that means every single feature on my face is not going to be one flaw. Next step, I'm taking this micro brow pen that I love. I've recently got this and it's amazing. And it's great because you can draw the finest little hair strokes. I'm just going to fill in some bald spots. Okay, now that my brows are slayed the hell down, they are stuck. I'm just going to be carving out underneath of my brow. This is like 2016 brows mixed with 2020 brows. We've got the lamination and we have the carved look. If you don't do this right though, it can definitely end up looking crazy. So my tip to you guys is the less product the better, because you can always build up. It's really hard to minimize if you apply like a bunch, then you'll look cakey. We want to give perfect, we don't want to give cakey. And as you can see, my brows, they're not done, but this concealer is doing exactly what a filter would do. It's blurring and minimizing the look, you know? So you're not going to be able to see all those little fluffy hairs that I don't want. Okay, now that they are lifted, I'm going to put a little dollop on each eyelid and just blend that out as a base for what I'm going to put on my eyes. You blend it out with your finger. Doesn't have to be perfect. Also, keep in mind I did not conceal above my brow because I still want to look natural in some kind of way. Not too filtered. Like, we want to look filtered, but I want to look like we've blurred our whole face out, you know? Okay, so for the eyes, we don't want to do too much. We kind of just want to create some gorgeous natural shadowing effect. So I'm taking any nude palette and I'm starting out with the softer browns. Just applying them in my crease just to give a little bit of definition. Now, depending on your skin tone, you can use warmer or cooler tone browns. For me, I like to go a little bit warmer or a little bit more neutral. I think my skin tone is neutral because warm tone foundations and that, they look really orange, and then cool tone, they look kind of gray, pink. Neutral foundations, they always look good. So I would say I am a neutral skin tone. So I'm actually kind of grabbing, this one's a little bit more cool tone and this one's a little bit more warm tone. Just mixing them together, and as you can see, I'm putting that all over my crease from inner to outer. Now, when I tell you that's all I'm going to do for the dark shadows, that's all I'm going to do. Now, I'm taking a flat brush and a nude cream color, and I am patting that all over my lid. Now, what this is going to do is make your eyes look a lot more open and twinkly. And I'm also not using the very, very white one. I used to make that mistake and it would look crazy and unnatural. I'm using more of a cream color. My cat is snoring. Can you hear him? Oh my god, he's dreaming. Anyways, I'm just taking that on both of my lids, and I'm not cutting my crease or anything because we want everything to seamlessly blend together. You can also put this color on underneath your brow bone, and I'm taking the white shade and I'm putting that in the front and blending that into the tan. That gives like a really natural highlight. Okay, so that is all I'm going to do for the eyeshadow because I still want it to look kind of natural. But now I'm going to take this sparkly white highlighter and I'm going to put it where I put the white eyeshadow, so on my inner eye corners. I'm just doing that extremely lightly. Like I don't want it to look too unnatural, but that's just going to add some shimmer. I'm not blending it fully onto my lid, like maybe just onto the inner half. So to finish off this part of the makeup, usually when I see the eyes on filters, they are always very extreme, or that's the part of the filter that's like doing the most. So I think for like the lashes and the eyeliner, I'm gonna go quite extra today. That's why I went less extra on the eyeshadow, because the liner and the mascara and your lashes is really what's gonna pop for this look, because that's what it does in a filter. So to start, I'm taking a black pencil liner and I'm gonna tightline my eyes with this, but I'm only gonna tightline my upper waterline. It's always scary, but I'm basically gonna look down at my mirror and with the pencil facing up, draw my upper waterline. It tickles. I'm trying to avoid getting it on my lower lash line because we want her bare. Okay, so I put it on this eye, and I don't know if you can tell the difference, but it kind of adds like a bit of smokiness to your eyes as a whole. If I was to put it on my lower lash line too, it would really close in my eyes, but I still want that big bright eye look, so I'm just doing it on my upper waterline. Now for the actual eyeliner, I am going to take a black liner. I prefer a liquid pen, and I'm going to do like a kind of triangular eyeliner from like the middle of my pupil outwards. Like so. And when I look forward, you can see the whole wing. Okay, now that the liner is done, I'm getting a cream pencil liner and I'm putting that on my lower waterline only. Right now I'm going absolutely crazy with mascara. I want her thick. I want her brushing my lashes up and out. If you get it on your lid, it's okay, we'll clean it up. I do it every time. Majority of the eyes are done, but we're gonna move into face and finish off the eyes later. So in general, I kind of like to avoid using too much products on my face. Too much products in general, it can just end up looking crazy. However, because we want our base to look flawless, not one flaw in sight, I'm going to be using this foundation, which is known for its coverage. However, it's not thick, and I'm applying the teeniest, tiniest bit. That is it, that is it, that is it. And I am blending this in my problem areas, so wherever I have pigmentation. You guys, my head is freaking pounding. There's a party going on inside my head. I feel like I always have a headache. It's like there's a club in there. I don't know. And also, I like to apply with a brush. As you guys know, I feel like it just blends out more seamlessly and it soaks up less of the product. Now, this might be a crazy call, but I am using my brightest concealer for highlighter because we really want that separation between highlight and contour on our face. So I'm putting a little bit in the places I want to brighten. I don't want to overdo it though. Now I know I'm looking pretty crazy. This doesn't look great, but this is the journey that we have to take to get to the final look. So now you can grab it. You don't have to do this. It's just a step that I like to take for that extra blur and perfection. But I am taking like a more neutral tone concealer and putting it over any areas that are still imperfect. But the finish of like your foundation and everything today should be a little more matte than usual. We're going to apply highlight and everything that's going to add some shine back, but for a filtered look we want a matte base. Filters also have snatched noses always, so I'm taking a concealer right up to the side of my nose bridge, and that's really going to snatch it. Now I'm bronzing with my favorite cream bronzer ever, and today you're gonna go crazy on the bronzer. I am using again a neutral tone bronzer. This is what filters do, they really bronze you, so we're gonna do that but in real life. So I take it on my forehead and also on my cheeks and jawline and blend onto my neck. I don't know if you can tell, but everything within this routine is just turning it all up a little bit more and using products that really are mattifying and blurring. Also taking this and putting it directly on the tip of my nose. Do not put it under, put it directly on top like this. And that's gonna give you that sun-kissed look eventually. It looks crazy now. Like I look absolutely insane. I know, but we're not there yet. Now, again, blush is the next step that really stands out in filters. So what are we gonna do today? We're gonna go crazy with the blush. So I'm taking this Anastasia Beverly Hills little blush pad and I'm starting off with the more neutral pink down the bottom. This is the first time I'm using this. I'm just blending this on my cheeks, kind of more so in with the bronzer. And then on the tip of the nose. Then we're gonna move on to the next color, which is more purple for the nose and a little bit of the very bright pink. I'm kind of mixing it all. As you can see, I'm blending it quite high on my cheeks. I'm just keeping everything in a kind of W on top of my face. Now, I know this does not look right. It does not look natural, but this is what filters do. And I'm telling you guys how to look like a filter in real life. Anyways, we're not done with the base, but we are going to set it. So for a powder, I recommend you use the finest powder that you have, the finest loose powder and a powder puff. For me, currently, I'm really loving this Fenty Beauty one. It's in the shade Strawberry Milk, so it has a pink undertone, which is also going to blend into the pink blush. But as you can see, it's extremely fine. Before I set my makeup, I'm just patting everything in with a brush once more, just so it's blended. And I'm pressing in concealer and the makeup with the powder. Now look at that, mattified and shiny like a matte. So I'm really just blending the powder down from the outside of my nose, and with whatever's left I'm taking that on a fluffy brush and just blending it everywhere. Don't forget down the neck. Next, to set my bronzer, I'm taking this Dolce & Gabbana bronzer powder, and I don't use this every day because it is extremely pigmented and it's very like bronzy, like it's maybe one of the most bronziest bronzers. It's very intense, but that's what we need for a look like this. We're gonna pull open the camera and it's gonna give that intense makeup look. I'm not trying to look crazy, and it's not going to look crazy at the end. You know when you click on a filter and then like it glitches and it goes like on the white wall and you can just see like that, and then the eyes and the lips? That's what we're adding. Like, see how sun-kissed this bronzer is? Like, it's crazy. Don't forget on top of the nose, I kind of like pinch into the brush and then do that. Now for blush, this is the blush that I have been using in my daily routine, but the shade of pink that it is so perfect, and I think with the extreme pink that we used underneath, it's really gonna mellow it out a little bit. So it's this gorgeous Pillow Talk shade, and I'm just putting that on top, and as you can see, it is also mattified on top of the nose, and then grabbing this light shade of pink and then just dusting that over, and that's gonna blend my concealer in with the blush. I don't know if you can see, but it just looks so perfect and diffused, like a filter. Now, this step is absolutely essential for a look like this. I do this in my everyday routine as well, but especially for a filtered makeup look, a pressed powder. Now, this is the P. Louise one, and this is so pigmented, and I use this for reverse contouring. So essentially, I take my powder puff and I pat the powder on the places that I put my concealer. Now look how highlighted that side is. I'm gonna do it here as well. Essentially what I'm doing is A, mattifying, B, really separating my brightening and contouring and making it very extreme, and C, just like defining and making my features stand out. That's all it is. I also take it on the side of my nostrils, and that's gonna kind of diminish them. Okay, now before I set my face, I'm gonna show you guys my makeup up close and how it actually looks extremely mattified, blurred, and filtered. You can really see how matte the skin is. It's still definitely skin. It looks so good in my mirror right now. I like, what the hell? Okay, so now to set my face, I'm using this One Size mattifying waterproof setting spray. Now, I'm not using the ones that I usually use, like the wet spray ones. They kind of add shine back into your face. This does not. This just like literally sets everything down. And that's what we're going for. Okay, now for highlighter, I'm going in with this very white sparkly one, which is not natural, but we want that sparkly look. I'm just dusting it on top of my cheeks. Oh, stunning. Kind of icy, I like it. And don't forget to do a big dot on the tip of your nose with that. Now for lips, I'm starting off with my favorite neutral shade of lip liner. And what do filters do? They enlarge your lips. So I am overlining the heck out of my lips. I'm then blending in my lips with the shade Pillow Talk. Keep in mind, that is the shade that I used as blush on my cheeks. And then because filters are very defining, I'm taking this dark brown. I am very lightly going over the perimeter of my lips. And then final step, I'm taking my finger and the blush that I used, I'm just patting it on my lips. And now that's gonna match my blush perfectly. Okay, final step is finishing up the eyes and giving them more of a filtered look. So I'm taking an angled little brush and taking the brown that I used for my lid and kind of, not on my waterline, but directly underneath it on the lash line. I'm taking that brown and then I'm creating like kind of a second eyeline, like so. And then on the waterline, I'm going back in and brightening up and then pulling out the white color. But this is actually a trick that Marilyn Monroe used to do, and it makes your eyes appear bigger. And then you guys know me, I don't hardly ever do mascara on my lower lash line, but because we want our eyes to look big and filtered, I'm taking a little bit of mascara and I'm going to put it on my lower lashes. Oh, I'm nervous. I'm only putting it on the outer ones. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like that's pretty much it for the makeup. It's giving very dull, it's giving very filtered. My skin is looking very mattified and it has that blurred effect, which honestly looks so good. But yeah, this is the finished Filter in Real Life makeup. I feel really flawless, I feel really filtered. My skin is looking impeccable, my eyes and lips and everything is like in your face and accentuated, but I feel really cute. Why is my ear ringing? Someone's talking about me. Anyways, I love this look. If you recreate it, make sure to tag me. I'd love to see. And if you post any TikToks, make sure to tag me. I love seeing and reposting everything. I haven't felt this cute in so long. I'm definitely gonna implement some of these techniques and products into my everyday makeup routine because it's just so cute. Like, oh my, I don't think my skin has ever looked this flawless. And usually I kind of stray away from the more matte products because I don't want to look cakey. I don't know if you can see, I don't look cakey one bit. My skin looks very smooth and all of the products that I use are very long lasting as well. So I already know, like, this is gonna be on all day, all night. But yeah, you guys, I'm feeling so cute. I have to stop filming videos when I have nowhere to go. I'm gonna go figure out, I need to leave the house and show off this makeup. But anyways, I love you Luchies so much. Make sure to like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram at Leah Halton, TikTok Luch, and Snapchat where I post every day, Leah Halton. But love you guys very, very, very much, and I will see you very soon.